Please remember that all the opinions in the show are those of the host and should only be taken as food for thought. We're in no way telling you to do anything. Everything is kept anonymous for the safety of the listeners and no information is shared to anyone else. If you are easily offended by people's opinions or views, then thank you for making it this far, but this is not the podcast for you, so see you later. And please enjoy the rest of the show. Hi, the Christmas episode was brilliant. At this point, I can't really remember what we did in the Christmas episode, but thank you very much.
We sniffed smelling salts. That's what I remember.
Oh, I was down. Yeah. Oh, I was watching. What's his face was on Joe Rogan ages ago. The Italian guy.
Italian.
I can't remember his name. Joey Diaz.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, let's get the salts out. Let's get the salts. And they're all going, yeah. And he gets it, and he's just going,
oh yeah,
like, yeah. And they're like, what are you doing? He's like, I've been taking coke for 20 something. It just does nothing to. He's like, I'm inhaling it from my eyeballs or something.
Jerry Diaz's podcast is fucking brilliant.
He is amazing.
I love him.
He is the funniest fucking guy. I love him in Longest Yard where he gets knocked out, and he's what does he say? He's like something of corn. Give me corn. I can't what he's saying. I'm like, fuck it, it's mental. What is he saying?
Have you seen when he nearly kills his producer in it? He gives him an edible. And instead of it being like 50 milligrams, it's like 500 milligrams. And the producer's sitting there absolutely melting on the side of his podcast. And he's like, are you alive? And he's sitting there, he's like, I don't know, man. He's like fucking crying. Oh, man.
I would not. There's certain people that I would not eat or drink anything that they'd give me, and he'd be one of them.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
Jerry Diaz, man.
I'm excited for another year from you guys. Your first year was a great start for any podcast. Your last episode had me in stitches, which would have been the sex toy one. I'm having real issues at the moment after Christmas. I have no money and I ran up credit cards this year with house renovations and I'm struggling to keep up. I really don't know what to do. I know you have discussed debt in the past. I wonder what you can suggest. I wouldn't want you to get too personal, but any help is welcome. Thanks.
We talked briefly on debt earlier. Debt is a fucker, man. That stresses like nothing else.
I didn't sleep when my granddad passed away, and he left me the money to like buy my own house and stuff like that. I'd never slept so good when I wasn't renting and I didn't have like my car and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And now I've got it again. Fucking dear.
Fucking what? Dear.
That fucked my car up, so now I've got a fucking another car finance. Fucking prick.
At least I always think when it comes to car finance and stuff, at least you're seeing the end. And like with this guy as well doing the renovations, what annoyed me is when I was trying to get away from my credit cards, I paid off like parts for my wedding. Say when I got my very first credit card, I paid off loads of money off of it. But then I had no money to live on for that month. So then I ended up spending that money on shit, the stuff that I was living on that month. And it was like a vicious cycle. Yeah. And I followed a method that, I can't remember what that guy's called. He's always on This Morning.
The one we spoke about before that helps. Oh, he got that video, AI video. Martin something his name, isn't it?
Something like that, yeah. He does this thing called snowballing. So he said about like pay minimum payments on all of your debts. Say if you've got 4 credit cards or whatever, pay minimum payments on 3 of them. And then whatever one's got the lowest or the highest interest rate, and is the one that's causing you the most pain, throw all the money you've got spare at that. And then just keep paying the other one's minimum payments in the background. And then once you've got rid of the first one, move on to the next one, then move on to the next one. So you throw all the money at one instead of like trying to spread it across 4. He said that's the quickest way to get out of debt. He said if you do that proper seriously and like well, as you said earlier, get rid of all your subscriptions and all that stuff that you don't need.
Yeah.
Get rid of your Sky, get rid of all that stuff, and throw all your money at the ones that are causing you pain. He says most people get out of debt within 18 months that have been on like 10 grand debt.
Hmm.
So 10 grand sounds like a lot, but if you're throwing all your money at it at once, it disappears quite quickly. And it did work when I was doing it.
Yeah, because most people don't realize that when you when you pay more than the minimum payment, it doesn't goes towards the interest. Like with
Mm,
your mortgage and things like that, like every month you're paying your interest. But
mm,
if you ring up and say I'd like to pay £200, that goes off your mortgage. It doesn't go off your interest.
yeah,
So people just think, oh, I'll just pay my minimum payments, and you know what I mean. But it's better to pay the minimum payment and then pay a little bit extra, which gets you ahead.
yeah, because that takes it off the total rather than the
Yeah,
bit that's thrown on top, basically.
yeah. So yeah, so that's basically what I was going to say. I was like, if you've got an extra money, pay it off. But Jamie's one's much better because I do mine, which is apparently now the wrong way of doing it, and try and spread it over everything.
Mm.
Whereas I might have to try that now.
Yeah, I watched. I can't remember. It wasn't on. He had his own program, or it might have been even a YouTube thing, where I watched him discussing it for a good half an hour. If
Mm.
I find it, I might send a link over to the listener, and so he can watch it and see what he thinks.
Yeah, because that's a good. Because obviously I've got mine keeps piling up because I had to get my fucking boiler fixed, didn't I?
Yeah, little
And
things just
now,
add on.
yeah, now with the
Mm,
car, and then the fucking car insurance has gone up through the fucking roof and everything like that. Like that could be quite handy because I'd like to get rid of at least one thing this year.
mm,
I think my car's got 2 years left on it. Oh, I don't know. I have to try and figure it all out. It's going to be better when Sabina moves in because then she's paying half the money. So that money that she's paying extra. So the money I save is like £200. I'm not going to do. I'm just going to pay it off things. So it
yeah,
doesn't even know it's there. I'm just going to be like, pay off, pay off, pay off,
yeah.
and just be better for us, get us out of it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? But but that's what you do. Like when you want to renovate your house and stuff like that, you do get yourself into a little bit of debt. And obviously, January is a miserable month for money as well because it's so long for most people that get paid at the end of the month.
Hmm.
But
And I think
there is a light at the end of the tunnel. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
and like as you said, like renovating your house or something like that. That's a good thing to be not a good thing to be in debt for, but it's a good thing to have done that's bettered your life in general rather than
Yeah,
just like spending it on crap. So think of it that way as well. Like you're not completely fucked yourself over. You just
yeah.
used more money than you should have.
I class it as acceptable debt.
Yeah, yeah,
Because I mean, like, if you think about it, depending on what you're doing renovation wise, if you've like fixed the floor or you've sorted out your windows and stuff like that, they're all things that will pay you off because they save on like heating and things like that.
mm,
Especially with like same with like the car is an essential debt because you need
yeah.
your car to get to work or stuff like that. So there's certain things that people just assume you have anyway. Mortgages, rent. That's just life, isn't it?
Almost everyone leases their cars nowadays. There's very few people that are buying in like cars outright
Yeah.
because it's too expensive.
And
Who's got
cars
40 grand to
devalue.
drop in a car? No one.
Who wants a 40 grand car?
Hmm?
I don't, Jamie. I don't have high tastes.
Was that
I was think I said I don't have high taste. I wouldn't spend 40 grand on a car. I thought myself if I won the lottery, I'd probably just buy another Mondeo.
really?
It's a fucking nice car, man. I
If you
get
had
like a
millions of
proper
quid,
probably just get myself another
mate,
another
I'd have a
Mondeo.
parade of cars.
See, I'm not that because I think to myself like it's only me. I don't need millions and millions of cars.
For me, it's all the American muscle cars. I'm so into them, like I'm obsessed with them. And I would be getting ones that I like, and then eventually I'll get bored of it and sell it, and then I'll get another one that I like, and then I'll just go. That will be what I will be like. I know it.
Yeah, but you have to pay tax now if you sell it.
I don't give a fuck. If I've got millions of quid, I'll be avoiding all kinds of tax. I'll be
just
getting the dodgiest fucking fraudsters helping me fucking move my money to the Caymans.
just do what Richie Sumac's missus did and just, play ignorance until people find out and then just pay the debt off. And get away fucking scot free, as I always do.
That's what a
Wankers.
lot of rich people do. That's why they stay rich.
Oh, there's that, yeah. But yeah, Jamie's advice was perfect. Like, it was along the same lines as mine, but his was better. Just try it that way. I think that I'm going to try that. I think that's fucking great advice. And it wasn't even yours. It was
It wasn't even
Martin
mine, no. It's something I
Doodads,
took.
whatever his fucking name.
It's recycled, let's say.
I bet it made me laugh. I bet his name's not even Martin. I can't remember his
I'm
fucking
sure
name.
it's Martin something. Where's my phone?
Martin Lewis helps mum clear £30,000 in debt.
Yeah, Martin Lewis. The snowball method.
Yeah, there you go then. I have to say, when I put in Debt Man, I got a really creepy picture of an old man. But we're going to move
Yeah,
past
probably.
that.
Can you imagine what the debt collectors in the 70s were like? Because they actually physically come
That's
to
what
your
he looked
door.
like. Debt Man from the 70s. But good luck. I know you get out of it. And I said that once you start paying it off, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. It's just because it's now happened and it's so high that you feel like you're a bit lost, but keep it up and you'll be okay.